All right. Okay, so it's officially 11:06. Nicole, do you want to get started with the intro?
Of course, I have no problem with that. So, hello, Humber students. Thank you for taking the time to be here today, and congrats on completing your first few weeks of summer classes and joining Humber's reorientation. Woo!
Woohoo!
We know that having classes fully online may be different for you, but we're here with you. Online reorientation was created to help you with tips, information, and hopefully better connect you with each other online. My name is Nikki, and I go by the pronouns she, her, and hers. I'm an orientation senior leader, and I just finished my second year in a Bachelor's of Commerce in HR. I'm also your host for Reorientation Week, so I'll be introing some workshops for the rest of this week, and I'm excited to do reorientation with you. This session is titled We Still Got You, and it basically entails all of the services that are still available to you online and different ways that you can get involved online as well. The person that is going to be running this workshop is Sadia from Orientation.
Hi.
We also have a couple other folks that are here today to share some information with you and answer your questions. So we also have Matthew from the LGBTQ Plus Resource Center.
Hello.
We have Caitlin from Indigenous Education and Engagement.
Hello.
We have Efe from the base.
Hi, everyone.
And we have Mitch from First Year Experience.
Hello.
So please note that we are meeting in a virtual space and we still want to make sure that everyone is treated with respect. And I will be placing the Humber Code of Conduct in the chat box, so feel free to take a look at it. It's basically the policy that we use to make sure that we're creating safe spaces for all students and the Humber community. Okay. I will also be putting the orientation website in the chat box, so please take some time to go through this. There's a ton of information there, and you'll see a list of all the workshops we're running, and we're also doing some stuff on our social media, Humber North FYE and FYE Lakeshore, so make sure you check those out as well. Please note that we are recording all these sessions, so we ask that you keep your mic muted during the presentation, and we will be answering your questions at the end. If you'd like to ask a question during the presentation, feel free to either type it out in the chat box or let us know that you want to unmute your mic and ask a question, and we'll give you the okay. That way no one's talking over one another. Before I hand it over to Sadia to start our presentation, I will hand it over to Matthew first for a land acknowledgement.
Thank you so much. So give me just a second here. Okay, so Humber College is located within the traditional and treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit, known as Etobicoke, the place of the Black Alders in Michi-Saugig language. The region is uniquely situated along the Humber River watershed, which historically provided an integral connection for the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Wyandot peoples between Ontario Lakeshore and the Lake Simcoe, Georgian Bay regions. Now home to people of numerous nations, Etobicoke continues to be a vital source of interconnection for all. I think it's also important to recognize that it's also National Indigenous History Month and Pride Month right now. And it's important for us as settlers to work towards decolonization and recognition of Indigenous nations. I think it's important to have this land acknowledgement, even though we are meeting in a virtual space, because I know for myself growing up, many of us never knew the traditional names of the territories, and Indigenous folks were often talked about in a past tense, and the struggles that were faced were talked about in a past tense as well. And that it's easier to deny Indigenous people's rights if we historicize their struggles and simply pretend that they don't exist at this point in time. So that is why we thought it would be important to include this in an online format as well. And hopefully we'll kind of keep that spirit and that mindset moving into the learning that we're doing this semester here at Humber College. So with that, I will pass it back to Sadia is taking over.
Yes. Thank you so much, Matthew. Once again, hello everyone. Welcome to our We Still Got You workshop, and congratulations on completing the first couple of weeks of your summer semester here at Humber. Once again, my name is Sadia. I will be leading this workshop. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I am a senior orientation leader as well, just like Nicole, and I actually am going to be entering my final year of Bachelor of Creative Advertising this fall semester. So before I get started, happy Pride Month. We're officially entering Pride Month, so and just wanted to wish everybody that. And with that being said, let's get started. So we're going to talk about, so this is the workshop called We Still Got You, and today I will be talking about some of the services that are still available for students to take advantage of. So some of the services that I'm going to talk about is the online service, sorry, one second, the online support, advising services, and health, wellness, and accessibility. So first we're going to talk about learning support. So these services are here for you to help with your academic needs, and they're free to use for all Humber students, so I highly recommend that you take advantage of them. First, we're going to talk about the Math and Writing Center. You can book online tutoring sessions for the Math and Writing Center, and all you really need to do is to make sure to register for an account to pick up an available time slot. Each center has student resources such as PDFs, videos, reviews, practice handouts, and even more formula sheets that you can practice and get better at. Next, we're going to talk about peer-assisted learning services, also known as PALS. This is a student-to-student tutoring service. You can get up to 3 hours a week from a student that has already taken that course, ask them questions, ask for advice, and it's just a really great way for you to just meet someone either from your program or your faculty. And you can do that by signing up online to book your sessions. Next, we're going to talk about the Accounting Center. This service is great if you need help with accounting or any of your finance classes. The center provides support with understanding textbooks, homework questions, and overall tutoring. And they have assistance available for students from semester 1 to 6. And live chat is available for you to use for this. Next, we're going to talk about the library. Although we may not be able to physically go there, our online version is available, and they have a database list that gives free access to peer-reviewed articles. They also have tips on APA and MLA formatting. You can receive support on research, and all you really need to do is submit your request with a request form, book a one-on-one session with a librarian, or you can also live chat with the staff. Are you folks able to still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just confirming. Next, we're going to talk about Open Learning Center. So this is a Blackboard support, and they are available 5 days a week, and they provide workshops on the best ways to study, and they also show you how you can create an e-portfolio. Next, we're going to talk about some of the advising services that are here. So if you need any opinion or advice on anything, Humber has online advising services that we recommend that you take advantage of. Some of these services focus on your career to all students, along with additional support for international students. So first, we're going to talk about the International Center. So the International Center is available online for all international students. If you have any questions, the International Center is more than happy to answer them for you. All you really need to do is send your inquiries through the contact form, which can be found on their website. Next, we're going to talk about career services. So if you need help exploring your academic or career options, you can check out the Career Center. You can speak to an advisor by booking an appointment by emailing the Career and Student Success Advisor for your faculty, or you can use a booking link which can be found on their Career Center website. Next, we're going to talk about health, wellness, and accessibility. Although we have services available for your classes, but we also offer services for your well-being as well that support your well-being as well. These services are free to use, and also the information is going to be confidential. So first we're going to talk about Humber Athletics and Recreation. And woo, look at the little gifts. So Humber Athletics provides live fitness classes on Humber Lakeshore Athletics Instagram account. If you don't follow them, I highly recommend that you do. They have lots of live workout sessions, and they also provide other fitness tips along with healthy recipes that you can do at home. Next, we're going to talk about student rights and responsibilities. So it is important that you all know that Humber is a safe and empowered and supportive community. For resources and information and support with sexual assault and violence, please visit the Humber website. We also recommend that you look into the Humber Code of Conduct to see how you can be a part of the community as well. So now I'm going to pass it off to Caitlin from the Indigenous Education and Engagement, and she will be talking a little bit about that. Caitlin?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So we were formerly known as the Aboriginal Resource Center, but this year, or just this month, we recently went through a bit of a transition. So now we are officially the Department of Indigenous Education and Engagement. So everyone's just getting used to the new terminology, but we'll get there. So usually we have offices at both Lakeshore and North Campus, but right now all of our programming is online. So I'm just going to pull up the calendar for this month. So we have a combination of programming that is specifically for Indigenous students. We have programming that's for everyone, like students, faculty, staff at Humber, and then we have programming that's open to even community members. So we really try to make sure that everybody is included and can take part in the things that we do. So usually whenever we're, regular times, we have something called an Aboriginal movie cafe or an Indigenous movie cafe. We're still doing that now. So once a month we'll have a Indigenous movie cafe, but now what we do is we share links to the movie that we're screening for that month. So everyone usually has the weekend to look it over, and then we'll all get together on a Zoom call and we'll have a series of questions to probe conversation about the film. So we get a lot of really interesting conversations going, and we kind of let them happen organically and go wherever the conversation takes us, which is awesome. Recently, we started an Indigenous book club, which is very exciting. So every 4 weeks, we send out a new novel by an Indigenous author. We're trying to make sure that we cover all different nations. So, we cover a Haudenosaunee author, an Anishinaabe author, a Métis author, and kind of touch on all different genres of literature. So we've been doing that. We send out the novel and we meet weekly to discuss the chapters that we covered during that time. As part of our Indigenous men's and women's programming, we started a beading circle. So if you are an Indigenous student that identifies as either male or female or either or, you kind of pick whatever programming you feel most comfortable with. You join us, and for the women's night, a Gia circle we call it, which means older sister in Mohawk. We do some beading and we work on some projects. In the men's programming, they do some gaming, and then the programs overlap, and we're going to be doing a speaker series come July, so that's very exciting. With it being June and usually graduation happens this month, we are having an Indigenous graduate celebration. So we have our Indigenous Awards Gala that we do every year, but this year we're doing it online. So that's something that you can really look forward to whenever it is your time to graduate if you're an Indigenous student. We have some online programming that we have reached out to community members to help us with. So we have Powwow Dance, which some really awesome couple that we work with, Deanne and John Hupfield, they've created Powwow Dance, like kind of how-to videos that they share with us, and then we release on a monthly basis. So it kind of goes through the steps, the basic principles of powwow dance, the different styles. So that's a good thing to get everybody up and moving and active, and just a really feel good and informative program that we do. We have Hole Ever Good You, which is kind of it's kind of like Indigenous slang. You might have heard it before, you might have no idea what it means, but pretty much we have two comedians, Ryan and Stephanie, who are doing a comedy show every month that kind of touches on a humorous Indigenous perspective on COVID and how to keep a healthy mind, healthy spirit. Laughter is medicine, we like to say. So that's kind of the basis of that program. We also have Cooking with Powwow Cafe. Powwow Cafe is a Indigenous restaurant that's downtown Toronto in Kensington Market. We often have them cater our events whenever we were allowed to have events, but we can't do that now. So what he's been doing is similar to the powwow dance. Every month he records himself creating a very easy, affordable dish that anyone can kind of make with what they have in their kitchen already, or with very basic, easily accessible ingredients, affordable ingredients. And he posts kind of a how-to, and then we share it and give out gift cards to whoever we feel did the best job. So that is the basis of our programming right now. We have a lot going on, and if you follow us on social media, so right now our Facebook page is still Aboriginal Resource Center. We're figuring out how to change the name of it with Facebook, but they're giving us a bit of a hard time. But if you just look up Humber College Aboriginal Resource Center, our calendar of events and all of our events are posted there. Same with Instagram, which is Humber Indigenous. If you follow us there, you'll see the calendar of events and updates about anything that we have going on. Those are probably your best bets if you're interested in what we're doing. So that's all for me, and I'll pass it on to whoever is next.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. Next, I'm going to be passing it off to Matthew from the LGBTQ Plus Resource Center. So Matthew, please take it away.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. So my name is Matthew Travel. I'm the coordinator for the LGBTQ Plus Resource Centers here at Humber College. So I'll kind of read through the slide and then give you a bit of a summary of what we got going on. So the LGBTQ Plus Resource Center works to promote safer, braver, and more positive spaces here at Humber College. So we have two physical resource centers. One is at the North Campus and one is at Lakeshore. And at the centers, you can speak to staff and volunteers, learn about the different programs and services that we offer. And then we also act as a referral service for a lot of folks who maybe are looking for like a more specialized thing that Humber isn't able to offer themselves, but we have those community connections to other folks in the community, and we can direct people there. So in the fall and winter semesters, we run many different programs, mainly geared towards students. And these programs are called Q Talk, Transgressions, Crafty, Q Media, and At the Intersections. So Q Talk is a peer-led discussion group with work study students from the LGBTQ Plus Resource Center. It happens on a bi-weekly basis where people can just come together and talk and meet new people and have like a bit of a curated discussion. We also have Crafty, which is a program I always recommend to folks who maybe haven't visited the resource center before, and it's like a craft-based program where you will be making something, but also the opportunity to like meet new people is there as well. We have Q Media, which is a dissection of queer media where we focus on different mediums of art and media and talk about queer representation in them. We have At the Intersections, which is a collaboration that we do with Indigenous education and then also Black academic success and engagement, where all three of the equity hubs come together and kind of have curated programming to bring those different groups on campus together. And then finally, we have Transgressions. So Transgressions is the only program that we have that operates as a closed program. It's only open to folks who identify as trans or non-binary, or gender diverse folks. Also, I would say a big thing right now, as we mentioned a couple times, is June is Pride Month. So the LGBTQ Resource Center is doing a bunch of different events throughout the month. So we actually have a speaker series that is happening every Tuesday. So our first one is actually starting up tomorrow. And then we're also, the resource center itself is hosting a regular scheduled programming like these ones that are listed on the slide here every Friday in June. Outside of that, we've partnered with all of our other campus partners, many of whom are on this call right now, to help out with programming and engagement with students. So if you are interested in what we have going on, we're available. Our main social media that we utilize is Instagram, and our hashtag or our profile is Humber at LGBTQ. On there, we will post updates, but there's also a link that's in our bio that has a list of all of the different events that we have coming up. Some of them, like the speaker series, do require a sign up. So I encourage you to take a look through all of the different things we have going on. All of this information as well is available on our website, which is just humber.ca/LGBTQ. And if you go into the events section of that website, you can see just a big list of all of the different events that we have going on and whether it's being hosted by us or one of our campus partners as well. So many, many, many different things going on in the month of June. I believe we have close to 28 events for the whole month. So there's lots of stuff that you can get involved with. And if you want to maybe do a more social activity, those are available. But then also we have some that are meant to be more educational and like personal development as well. So yeah, that's it for the LGBTQ plus Resource Center. Now that we are, sorry, I should have also mentioned, now that we are all working from home and all at home, all of our programming has just moved online onto Microsoft Teams or Instagram as a platform. So we are trying to keep our regular schedule of programming and the frequency of our programming and just moving things to an online format. So I encourage you, if you are interested, take a look at our social media, take a look at our website, and you can find a more detailed breakdown of everything we got going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, I will hand it off to FA from the base. FA, please take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Afe from the base at Humber. So the base stands for Black Academic Success and Engagement. It's a program that supports students who identify as African, Caribbean, and Black. So throughout the semester, we host various events. Our main priority is to support students in both academic and professional development, personal professional developments. Throughout the semester, when we're actually in school, we host programming, various programming such as our Circle of Queens, our King's Gathering, and are also at the intersections too. We also host programming that's specifically to our community, as well as open to the broader Humber community too as well. So I'm just going to take a look at my presentation here and just go through some of the various things that we offer to students. So the first one, our Circle of Queens, is a programming that is a supportive community for self-identifying Black women, which we come together once a month or throughout the semester, at least 4 times throughout the semester, to share stories, express our ideas. It's meant to host for a supportive community for our students, as well as just getting to know each other throughout our sessions. We build community, we build support, and we build networking too as well. Similar to our Circle of Coins, we also have our King's Gathering, which is also a supportive community of like-minded, self-identifying Black male students. Again, throughout the sessions, we discuss relevant topics, including self and group identity, family dynamics, personal health or wellness developments as well. We also have volunteer opportunities, networking opportunities for students. Another of our programming that we do is also similar to what Matthew said. We're connected with the Indigenous Educational Center, as well as at the LGBTQ Resource Center, where we provide students with creating a braver and safer space for, we come together and create dialogues for braver and safer space. One of our programming that we hosted throughout the semester was Speak Black, which is a student-run programming that it's a once a month workshop or bi-weekly sessions where students engage in the art of creative writing and performance. We encourage students to exercise their writing communication skills while building confidence, accountability, and connection and community. We host various of events throughout the semester. During Black History Months, we put together a series of events specifically for Humber students and also students who identify. We also do a lot of workshops such as the Ally in You, anti-Black healing, anti-Black racism healing. We do social and also educational events. Social, we've put together series of paint nights, events, and we've also had the opportunity of reaching out to guest speakers such as Jill Andrews, various people to just speak on behalf of our community and also educate our community on what's going on and the various support that are out there in the community. We also support students educationally through putting together, we host financial literacy workshops that we host during the semester. We're also there to support students with tutoring, as well as just also learning skills workshop that we've partnered with PALS to as well. So students can reach us through our Instagram page. This summer, we are posting a series of workshops that we'll be hosting. We also have series of events that we will be doing online and virtually. So just keep in tune, stay tuned, follow us on our social media platforms. We are at the base Humber, so check us out as well. If you want to speak to myself or our coordinator, we're also there via email at thebase@humber.ca. So we also support students in navigating Humber community or any other things that they might need specific support with that is available to us. We're there to support you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Mitch from FYE. Mitch, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Just gonna set myself up. Hello, everyone. My name's Mitch. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm just gonna start off with reading off the PowerPoint, and then I'm just gonna go on and further explain what FYE is. So FYE is a mentorship program pairing you up with a peer mentor that is an up-year student in the same program or faculty. You'll get weekly check-ins with your peer mentor and ask questions, get info on events, workshops, and find out other ways to get involved. So a way that you can stay connected with us is to check our Instagrams because we do highly use those platforms. So at North Campus, we use at Humber North FYE. At Lakeshore, we use FYE Lakeshore. So to further on explain what first year experience is, again, the biggest part is it highly highlights our mentorship program where we do pair first year students with dependable and reachable upper year students who are either in your program or in the same faculty. Some questions that you can ask these peer mentors are questions that are regarding academic support or just simply having a friend on campus. Again, we're called first year experience, so we want to ensure that your first year here at Humber is one to remember. So we try our best to support you through mentorship programs. We also host events on campus. Some of these events are actually also partnered up with other services here on campus, such as the services that you've met today. We love to work with each other and we love to work with other services on Humber just to show unity. So again, first year experience is here to support with your first year experience as the name persists. We want to support you with things that you might struggle with during being a first-year student. And by doing so, we offer programs such as the mentorship program that was repeated earlier, events on campus that can support with gatherings of students so you can actually get to meet each other and stuff like that. That being said, because of the whole online situation, how are we going to navigate through that, and how are we going to have our events with gatherings where you can meet new people? We are going to find a new solution in regards to how we're going to maneuver through an online life. And what we're doing for now is we're actually still continuing our mentorship program. We have peer mentors that are involved with students who are currently in school, trying to support them as much as possible. In regards to events, we are hosting a lot of challenges and things to reach out to our community and get impressions from the students that follow us on our social media. That's why we find it important for y'all to connect with us through that. Such as when we're talking about events, we talk about events on our online platforms where we can try to engage and have students or our followers participate with things that we ask them to participate with. This is just so we can ensure that our students who are part of our FY community can stay active and stay involved with us, and also have ways to manage through this whole quarantine and this pandemic. So again, in closing, I just want to say First Year Experience is here to support our first year students, whether it is to advocate for yourself, also to refer you to other services on campus, because there are multiple amazing services here on campus, and also just simply to be there to just say hi, to check in, and to be your friend, to be your first friend here on campus, and to help with your transition into the college. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mitch. Next up, we're going to talk about Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. So the center has health, counseling, and accessible learning services that are available to everyone here. Counseling services do not require any health coverage. All you really need is your OHIP card for domestic students, or a valid international student health insurance card if you are an international student. They also offer a self-assessment tool to help identify potential depression and anxiety or stress, but please note it is not a diagnosis. For any personal support for our counseling from outside of Humber, these are some of the resources that we recommend you look into. We have Good to Talk Helpline, which is a 24-hour hotline that you can talk or text to. And then we also have Therapy Assist Online that you can take advantage of as well. So orientation is actually hosting more workshops this week. This was the very first one, so thank you once again for attending. We have another one happening later this afternoon, and some of the workshops are going to be talking about tips for classes, Blackboard, and we also have a live Q&A session happening at the end of the week, so we recommend that you come back for that. And for more information about some of these workshops and what else is happening, be sure to head over to humber.ca/orientation for more information. Thank you once again for attending to our workshop. Make sure you follow our social media for information and contest. And yeah, so these are our social media handles, FYE Lakeshore and Humber North FYE. Thank you once again for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy Pride once again.
I think we'll also just make some space now if students have questions. Feel free to ask away.